Hi, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Tatango.com is a text message marketing software provider. Essentially, we provide software to brands that allows the brand to communicate via text message to their customers. Now, when they're communicating via text message, they can't do so through a regular phone number. They have to do their text messaging through a short code. A short code is a 5 to 6 digit phone number. So we created the US shortcode directory, which can be found at usshortcodedirectory.com, as almost like a yellow pages of shortcodes that are currently being used in the United States. This is a great resource for consumers and text message marketers to see how other brands are using shortcodes and to see which shortcodes each brand is using. So if you land on the page, the home page, there's a few tabs. There's the directory, which I'll review in a second. There's the FAQ, which will have a lot of the frequently asked questions about shortcodes, whether you're a consumer or a business. While the use cases will show you all the different ways that a brand can use a shortcode. So if you're interested in text messaging your customers, that would be a great place to start to see how other brands, are using SMS and in what capacity. Get a shortcode. That'll link to Tatango. We can get a shortcode for you, and then we can connect it to our software, and you can start sending text messages. And then there's the About Us tab, which has a little more information about the US shortcode directory, why we created it, a little info on Tatango as well. So as I said, we're going to focus on the shortcode directory, as this is where all of our traffic comes for this website. So I'm going to click the shortcode directory, scroll down here a little bit. So what you're going to have here is you're going to have your advanced search up on the left, you have your filters, and then all of this information actually dictates what shows up here. So right now I've sorted all of the shortcodes in the United States, 8,000 of them, by popularity. But I can select recently trending, and just so we're clear, the popularity is based on the amount of searches and the search volume on the US shortcode directory. It's not actually how many people are texting that shortcode. It's all about searches in the shortcode directory. So then you have recently trending, which will be, it'll give more kind of weight to searches that have happened recently rather than over the course of the history of the US shortcode directory. You can also sort by 1 through 9. So, start with, the small shortcodes and then go up to the 6-digit shortcodes, or go backwards. You can also do it by brand, so A to Z or Z to A. So as you can see here, there's a lot of brands that, are very well known. Facebook is at the top with their shortcode 32665. As you go down, you see Google, you see Donald Trump shortcode, Labor Ready, Capital One, Nexmo, T-Mobile. And this essentially has hundreds of pages, 402 pages of shortcodes. This is great to see kind of the first couple pages, which ones are the most popular. But really, because there's 8,000 different 8,000 plus shortcodes, it is essential to kind of weed those down, especially if you're trying to do research about how certain industries or brands are using shortcodes. So that's why we have the advanced search on the left-hand side here. So this is really good, the search for the code or for the brand. This is really good if you're looking for a specific brand to see what their shortcode is. So for example, I'm going to search for Chipotle. Let's say I want to see which shortcode Chipotle is using. That was pretty easy. I'm going to open this in a new window. And as you can see here, there's a lot of information about the shortcode. It's going to have the industry. So if I actually click on restaurant, this is pretty cool. It'll actually tell me the top restaurant shortcodes, the top 10 restaurant shortcodes. And this is again ranked based on the search volume of the US shortcode directory. So a lot of well-known brands in here, McDonald's, Papa Murphy's, Pizza, Chipotle, and Chipotle is number 1. You can write a review. So if you click on this, it'll actually go down to the very, very bottom here where there's a bunch of comments. So people can comment about the shortcode. You can report spam. So this is really great for consumers. And this actually goes to spamresponse.com. and you can actually report spam for this specific short code. Then there's a lot of images for short code, so you can actually go through and see how the short code is being used, both text messages and call to actions. So great research tool for text message marketers, whether you're using text message marketing or you're thinking about it. You can go here and see how maybe brands like yours are using short codes. Bunch of info. We have short code owner information on whether it's a vanity short code or a non-vanity, dedicated or shared short code, all the supported wireless carriers in the United States, and campaign information, including a description of what the campaign is all about. Also information on how to stop short code messages and get help if you need it. So a lot of cool features and functionality on this page. A lot of people spend a lot of time on this page kind of looking through everything that is recorded here. And again, this stuff is updated all the time based on whether the brand's doing it or whether the consumers are giving us new information that they're seeing for a short code. What's really cool too, on the side here, we have similar short codes. So these are going to be short codes that are similar in nature to Chipotle's short code, and these are the top ones. Most popular short codes, so this is again based on search history and the total search history of the US short code directory. And then recently trending short codes, so these are recently, when people search within the last couple months, I think it is, they're going to show up higher here than in just the popular short codes, because these are based on the history of the directory. These are within the last couple months. Okay, so we've looked up a short code. I'm going to reset this here. So you can look up either here a short code, so you could type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and see which brand that's associated with, or you could look at the brand and see which short code they're using. Then you can filter by industry here. So we have a bunch of industries essentially that you can go through and you can see, let's say I want to click on hotel, casino, and travel. And what it's going to do, it's going to filter all of these short codes based on the industry. So you're only going to see short codes that are for travel. So you have Marriott, you have Carnival Cruise, Wynn Las Vegas, Amtrak, and then you can click on each one and see the information about the short code. This one doesn't have any images, but it does have some additional information about the short code. Even has comments at the bottom. So I'm going to reset this again. So that's great for industry. So if you are a restaurant, I would find restaurants here, and then I would see how other restaurants are using short codes. Or if you're a bank, if you see banks here, you'll see a bunch of different banks and how they're using short codes, which is really cool. And there's 30 pages of short codes for banks that are using short codes. Now, if you want to filter those results a little more, you can actually go down to filters here. So I could screen or filter the short codes that come up here by things like, I only want to see banks that are using 6-digit short codes. So here's all the banks that are using 6-digit short codes. They're all dedicated short codes, but maybe I want to see only vanity short codes. So here are all the vanity short codes for banks that are 6 digits. So really great feature here is this filter. So you can really narrow down, if I want to go, let's go to restaurants. You can see here, I can click short code style and I can see non-vanity. These are all the non-vanity short codes. So it looks like the majority of restaurants, because this is only 5 or 6, the majority of, and that's actually a 6-digit code, the majority of restaurants will be vanity short codes. And actually, because I've selected 6 here, it's limiting to only the short codes that are 6 digits and vanity. If I unselect 6 digits, you'll see that there's a lot more short codes that are vanity, but they're 5-digit. So that's pretty much kind of the US shortcode directory in a nutshell. Feel free to play around the service. It is a free service provided by Tatango.com. If you are interested in purchasing a shortcode or doing text message marketing, hit this little Buy Tatango link. It'll take you to Tatango. But feel free to use the US shortcode directory even if you don't use Tatango. It's a great resource for everybody from consumers to text message marketers.